Twitter, a brief history and analysis. History of Twitter. History. Shortly after CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, dropped out of college, he created an online dispatch software company. This eventually led to Dorsey's creative idea of combining both the dispatch software with instant messaging. Dorsey brought his idea to a Silicon Valley company called Odeo. Odeo was beginning to invest towards instant messaging, making them the ideal candidate for Dorsey's business venture. In Dorsey's pitch, based on former Odeo executive Christopher Bestone, it stated how revolutionary it would be able to share your current access status with your friends in order to let them know how you're doing. The platform concept was approved by the Odeo company and named Obvious, which later was changed to Twitter Incorporation. Within 2 weeks of the initial approval, the site officially was launched by Jack Dorsey, Bestone, and Evan Williams. On July 2006, users were able to post short messages on their profiles, averaging a total of 140 characters. These short messages are now widely known as tweets. Dorsey's main priority was to improve Twitter's overall operational system. When it first began to grow in popularity, instead of making any meaningful profit, the three main principles that guided Jack Dorsey were simplicity, constraint, and craftsmanship. After multiple roadblocks, Twitter is now seen as a powerful social media platform that features celebrities, politicians, and CEOs. Twitter is worth more than $5 billion and is expected to reach its $10 billion peak in secondary markets in the foreseeable future.
Okay, so now moving on to the Twitter users and their activity. So in total, we have 353 million total users on Twitter as of February of this year. And that's from Hootsuite.com. So 27 million of those users were gained between 2019 and 2020 due to the pandemic. There was a lot of people joining Twitter during that time. And the majority of, or not the majority, but a good percentage of Twitter users come from the United States, and that's 19%, which is 68 million, 100,000. And even if you don't use Twitter, 90% of the population in the United States is well aware of what Twitter is, and they'll see news stories about Twitter, and they just know exactly what Twitter is. And Twitter is, they might not have the highest total users out of the different social media platforms, but they have a lot of engagement. So they have 350,000 tweets per minute, which then adds up to 500 million tweets per day. And they average an amount of 200 billion tweets per year since 2014.
Target audience. So when it comes to Twitter's demographic, they are ranked 13 most used social media platform. Twitter does a good job in connecting people all across the globe, as long as they have an internet connection, right? It's pretty good at being the social media platform for instant news and entertainment. So that allows Twitter's demographic to be quite big. So to simplify, as far as the US is concerned, Twitter's demographic is younger, wealthier, and more educated than the average American. And that's as far as the US is concerned. Moving along, some audience insights here. Millennials seem to make up most of the users, and most users end up living in cities, right? And it happens to be the most popular Western platform in Asia. India yields 30 million users, which is quite impressive. And China yields 3.2 million users, despite being banned, which is pretty interesting. Moving along here. Here is a chart showing just a quick insight on the age, ages broken down into segments, as well as education. And I believe these are in the thousands, but okay, that'll be all.
All right, so this is I'm going to talk about how Twitter works exactly. So it's pretty easy to use. As a user on Twitter, you send out text-based messages, which are called tweets, and they're limited to 280 characters or less. So depending on whatever you want to tweet about, when you tweet, it's sent and it can be seen by anybody that either follows you, or if your account's on public, anybody can go to your profile and view it. And depending on people that retweet it, if they retweet it, it shows up on other people's profiles, and then you can see it from there as well. And it's used for pretty much anything. You could share personal stories, reporting news, sharing jokes, business articles, anything you want really. And the way that it works is that first you create an account and you fill in all your information, your email, your username, phone number, all that. And then step two is that you follow like whoever you want, really, authors, celebrity, athletes, um, influencers, and then that's how you start getting information on your feed from other people. And then you can tweet, and then you tweet your own things, and it shows up on other people's things, and then like that, you just go on and you start using Twitter, and you could probably go viral if you want, if you make it a good tweet enough. So this is how the layout of Twitter is going to be. So when you start, you're going to make your username and handle, which is how people will be able to find you. They just go to the search button on the bottom, as you can see, and then they put in your username or handle, and that's how they could follow you. And all they need to do is just click that little follow button, and they're good. And then you could add any little information that you want where it says profile and bio, and you could add any interesting facts about yourself or anything, and it will show you how many people you're following, how many followers you have, so you could keep track of all that if you're interested in it. And then it's pretty organized where it has tweets and replies, media, likes. It'll keep everything that you tweet on that first tab. In media, it'll show all the pictures that you post or videos, whatever. It'll have it on that tab, and you could just search for whatever you want there. And then everything you like is pretty much in the last little tab there. And you can have direct messages with you and other people that you talk to on the bottom right.
So the 5 social media campaigns. Okay. 5 social media campaigns. Hashtag Share a Coke by Coca-Cola. The concept of this campaign was to bring loved ones together by sharing a bottle of Coke. As a result, each Coke bottle was tailored to the consumer's preference by selecting a name or nickname of their choosing. This Twitter campaign generated a considerable amount of revenue for the Coca-Cola brand. Hashtag Share a Coke was featured worldwide, inciting a long-term movement that has remained successful since its inception in 2013. In 2016, Selena Gomez was featured in Share a Coke and a Song campaign. The Coke bottles had Gomez's popular lyrics printed on them. The Selena Gomez Coke advertising campaign became the most liked photo of that time. The overall marketing success of the Share a Coke campaign was due to the brand's repositioning from its traditional logo. By changing the brand's perception and adding a personalized option, it was able to obtain a higher audience and increase its sales by 2.5%.
All right, so the infamous hashtag Ice Bucket Challenge. So this is an oldie. So back in 2014, this was one of the first huge successful campaigns launched through Twitter and specifically for Twitter. It was created by the ALS Association to basically spread information about the ALS disease and to bring awareness and hopefully to bring funding along with that. And just basically the disease is a progressive weakening of the muscles that targets your nervous system. So the campaign is partly responsible for starting that challenge trend on social media that's faded away slowly over time, but became very popular during the mid 2010s. So this hashtag began just spreading like wildfire. Once regular people started doing it, then celebrities got into it, and just almost anyone you knew about the challenge or had already done the challenge. And so ALS was very successful with this campaign. It helped them raise a lot more funding for their association and to combat ALS. So the statistics for that was that ALS basically increased their funding by 187%, which is considerable from 2014 all the way through 2018. So even 4 years after the initial starting of that campaign, they were still seeing the rewards of their work.
All right, so the Could Use a Beer by Coors Light. So last year, when the pandemic began, a 93-year-old woman posted a picture of herself on Twitter of her holding a Coors Light beer can and a whiteboard to the window that said, "I need more beer." Coors Light saw this, and this was pretty much the start of a massive marketing campaign, which started all because of this woman posting that picture. Coors Light delivered the woman 150 beers while she was in lockdown, and then decided to send out 500,000 more beers to people across the United States who used the hashtag and posted a picture as well. So all you had to do pretty much was tweet this hashtag and tell them why you deserve the beer, and you had the chance to win a 6-pack. This giveaway got customers very involved with the brand because it required them to post something on their Twitter account, which helped spread the campaign even faster. The goal of this campaign was to gain awareness for the company and therefore gain more sales. They had to use a lot of money to do the giveaway of a free beer, but it was worth it in the long run as they promoted their name and gained sales by having the customers purchase a case for themselves first.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter is an international movement working towards making a fair society for Black people. This hashtag exploded worldwide with more than 41 million tweets. It first appeared in mid-2013 when Twitter users were utilizing the hashtag for a range of purposes, mostly to support, mostly for supportive or positive references to the broader movement among the most common. In some cases, people included in Black Lives Matter in their tweets to criticize the movement or simply identify the subject matter of their post and attach them to the broader discussion occurring around racial issues. This was very popular in,
Hashtag.
Oh, it was okay. It was okay. It was very popular in 2020, and you can still see the hashtag being used today.
Hashtag want R8. This campaign was started with Audi asking users to send out a tweet on why they wanted an Audi R8. Audi got this campaign to start worldwide, and everybody started tweeting about it because everybody obviously wanted the car. And users who got the most tweets and likes on their post had the opportunity to have the car for an entire day, and they could do whatever they wanted with it. So it got people trying to get the attention of Twitter and Audi as well to get their tweet to be the most viral about it. This was actually one of the most distinguished Twitter hashtag campaigns in the history of like all the campaigns that have happened.
What we think about Twitter and its potential. So we think Twitter is one of the best social media platforms because it's a worldwide news platform where you can find out what's going on in the world immediately. What we love most about Twitter is that anyone can use it to share news or share thoughts with others. It's a great place to find out what's going on in the world, learn new things, share your thoughts, and have discussions with others all around the world. Twitter is also great for businesses to use because of the engagement aspect. Twitter allows businesses to engage with others faster than any other social media with their fast reply feature, as well as the hashtag feature, because they're well known for hashtags. Hashtags are great because if a certain hashtag is used a certain amount of times, the hashtag will show on the trending page, which is where millions of people can see that topic. We feel as if Twitter has reached its potential in terms of growth. They are a worldwide platform used to share and spread information, news, and engage and interact with people all across the world.
Thank you for watching our presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, these are references for all the information that we used.